Hello, wonderful attendees. I'm your host, Dalvinder Kaur from Lovely Professional University. Get ready to dive into today's topic, that is crafting a future in data science, machine learning, and AI. Before we proceed further, allow me to introduce the experts of that day. Dr. Amritpal Singh, Associate Professor, School of Computer Science and Engineering, Lovely Professional University. Dr. Amritpal, an eminent authority in the field of databases, big data analytics, Apache, Spark, and more. Dr. Singh brings to the table a wealth of knowledge and expertise, backed by a Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science from Lovely Professional University. So now I would like to introduce Mr. Vishad Dubey, Director, Data Science, Transorg Analytics, with over 10 years of experience in strategy consulting across various industries. Mr. Vishad specializes in data analytics and machine learning techniques to drive business growth. So now I would like to introduce the admission nominee also in this webinar, Mr. Mohammad Saeed, CP, working as Senior Officer in Lovely Professional University. With over 5 years of experience in the field of career counseling and guidance, he assists 1,000 plus students in navigating their career paths and providing support to help them achieve their career goals. Before we proceed further in today's session, I would like to request everyone for any questions you can write in the chat box or in the Q&A box, and same will be addressed from my side in the end of this webinar. And now I hand over the things to Dr. Amritpal Singh and Mr. Vishad Dubey, and it would be an absolute delight to listen from them. Over to you both.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, for this lovely introduction. So we are here in this webinar so that we will come to know about the insights of this industry, data science and data engineering. We all are aware that data is the new gold, especially when we are talking about business world. Because of this, choosing either data science or data engineering as a career path means you will be in demand in job market. So we are having with us Mr. Vishad Dubey, Director Data Science of Transorg Analytics. He'll be letting us know what's currently going on in this industry and how we can be benefited by opting this data science data engineering career in collaboration with LPU. So over to you, sir. Kindly start the session.
Thank you, Dr. Amritpal, and thank you, Ms. Kaur. Let me switch over to my presentation, a small presentation that we have prepared. And give me a second, I'll make it full screen. All right. It's not happening. Okay. So let me start. So what are we discussing today? We're discussing it today. What is specifically data science? Some neat word problems that data scientists are solving. What are the industry trends? What are kind of job profiles that exist currently in data science? We will also touch upon the remuneration that exists. Why you should, as an individual or an aspirant, should pick up data science as a career, and how can you prepare for a career in data science? So let's move ahead. So data science universe. So the whole data science universe revolves, it's a multidisciplinary approach. There are many different fields which one should be aware of to at least to certain extent of expertise to become a data scientist in their career. So different fields that you see on your screen are machine learning, mathematics, programming, statistical modeling, data engineering, visualization, pattern recognition, uncertainty modeling, data warehousing, cloud computing. Of these, when you are at the start of your journey, most basic things that you should be aware of, becoming comfortable in the field of statistics and understand the basic algorithms that are there in the field. Subsequently, you can also use your mathematical knowledge to further build on the knowledge of data science if need be. Now, what is data science per se? It is the extraction of relevant insights from the data. So if you look, most of our decision making, even in our personal life, happens basis the experience we have had, basis whatever past awareness we have about certain situation. Same way in the field of data science, we tend to identify the patterns that exist looking at the historical data and then try to make a prediction when we are working on a predictive analytics case about the future basis the patterns that we have identified. Let's move ahead. So why had it become so important these days? Now, if you look at the two charts, it's rightly said that data is the new oil. Why so? Because of late, of in the last 1 decade only, every industry across geographies, every system, because of the technological advancement, we are churning data at a very rapid pace. So the right chart shows you computation per second, has been happening over the decades. If you see, the processing power has increased so much, the storage capacity has increased so much that we can churn out data and store that data for a later analytics at a very high pace. So now most of the decision making, which were initially happening because of domain experience or gut feeling, is now tried at least to be based on data. And if you also look at the left chart or graph, there's a high availability of data. But one thing to note is even today, most of the data points or the type of data is unstructured data. So at this point, I can tell you the very high level difference between a structured data, which is a tabular form of data, and unstructured data is everything else like audio, text, video. So most of the decisions or most of the data points still exist in the form of images and audio. But still, you marry all these data points and your analytics on top of these data points. So business professional, corporate are making their decision based on data. So that's why it has become very critical to be aware of techniques, at least basic statistical techniques, to make sense out of the data. Okay. So over the years, if we go decade by decade, if you look at the time is on the x-axis, on the y is the complexity of data. So like I was saying, everything around started around late 50s, where statistical techniques were being used to make sense of the data. Some of the statistical techniques you might be aware of, like hypothesis testing, chi-square testing, null distribution testing. And post that, we went into the era during 70s and 80s into data mining techniques, wherein different kinds of techniques were deployed to identify some kind of patterns or use that data to answer few of the questions. Towards the late 80s, what enterprises started adopting was building business intelligence, or BI 10, of the data. So we were using all the statistical technique, the data mining technique, to derive intelligence for business decision making. Eventually, when the decade turned a corner in the 90s to 2000, these intelligent decision making further evolved, and we get into descriptive and predictive analytics, where because of the evolution in web-based systems and internet, we were further integrating all the analytics into day-to-day operations. And now after 2000 and 2010 and beyond, we are further going into era where we are using IoT intelligent systems to make our life much more easier, and to make our decision much more based on data. So be well informed in our day-to-day operations. Okay, just a second. So what are the different trends that are there in this field? Yeah, you will see in every field that you can think of in around you and in your daily day-to-day life, there are different at least to some extent, data science or data techniques are being used. So if you take social media analytics, you, with your experience with the social media platforms that are there, be it X, the erstwhile Twitter, Facebook, Meta, or Instagram, you would see a lot of recommendations are met, or the thing or the post which might interest you. So this whole concept of the business process is highly based on use of data science or data analytics to identify that individual and user might be interested in this reel, in this person, or in this particular story. E-commerce analytics, this also we see on a very day-to-day basis, that if you are shopping, let's say on any e-commerce portal, be it Myntra, Flipkart, Amazon, most of the recommendations that you will see are based on data science. Mobility analytics, this was one of the first encounters that we have. The roadmap, the global map that you see on Google Maps or any other platforms, like Ola has come up with their own mobility analytics. The density that you see, or the traffic density that you see, is based on use of data science to make a prediction that, okay, from point A to point B, it would take somewhere around this hour, given the traffic pattern that we are seeing. Same is the case in banking, same is the case in entertainment portal, in healthcare analytics. Now, in healthcare analytics, we've seen clients or big hospitals adopting advanced data science techniques in having a short turnaround in identifying different health issues which the patient might potentially be troubled with. Smart home is something that you would have also experienced in form of Google Mini and Alexa. And now we also have voice operated LS security systems, light and electricity systems, entertainment system, driverless car or automotive. Mr. Elon Musk and Uber, everyone is, even in China, the companies are making inroads into providing full-fledged driverless cars for the commuters. And the corporate world is always trying to build their insights and dashboards and all their operation based on data. Okay, let's move ahead. Typical stages that are there in a data science in a professional scenario. So you have different stages. You have descriptive analytics, which is basically related to profiling. You describe a particular scenario or a particular entity now, or a particular process. Now that entity or process could be a customer or a campaign or a risk calculation for a process. Then you do the diagnostic analytics, the next phase, where you do the what if phase, that if this particular situation, what is the root cause of particular outcome or a particular behavior of a customer. Then basis all this analysis, you get into the stage of predictive analytics, where you identify the patterns in the past data and try to make a prediction on a given business use case. Let's say you look at the historical data in case of a bank, and you want to identify in the next 1 month who is most probably take this credit card from me. So that is making a predictive analytics for a customer. Then prescriptive analytics is that let's say you have decided out of these 1,000 customers, these are the set of 10 customers who have the high probability of buying the credit card from you. So you will prescribe a whole process for individual customers or at a cohort level, and that whole process is known as prescriptive analytics. So what the chart which summarizes this discussion to an extent is given on the left. So you start with data mining, where you are visually showing the past data. Then you do a root cause analytics or a what if analysis. Then you do a lot of simulation analysis. Like the example that I've been saying that if you want to know who are your set of customers who will buy the card, you will see that, okay, if I let's say the first outrun of the algorithm has given me only 10 customers, and I want to increase the base from 10 to 20. So I might run different scenario analysis. Maybe I want to design or tweak around the service so that most probably the absorption becomes from 10 to 20 customers. And then you can use different kind of machine learning techniques to build these models. Okay. So insights, these are just the data points that we have put together to re-emphasize the fact that how important or how most of the corporates which were not initially inclined towards data are now converging to using data as their decision-making or go-to tool. So by 2026, US Bureau of Labor gives an estimate that you would have almost 11.5 million jobs directly related to data science and analytics role. Now, within India, there are more than almost 0.1 million roles that are available. And if you also take into account strategic and allied roles, data engineering roles, it will easily cross 1 million requirement that are currently there. So all the engineers in this field from any graduating from all the top colleges would sufficiently have job or requirement for their skill set. So most of these positions related to data science are currently available. And this is a little bit of old data, 2023, but what we are seeing in 2023 and this ending of 2024 almost, that AI and data science is almost becoming one of the hottest skill set that is being demanded by the corporates. The rate at which Indian data science industry is going is in the range of 30 to 40. So it's always a good bet to base your career in the field of data science. And in terms of remuneration, it's a general trend that we have seen that against a regular, I mean, it's an average to average comparison. For an average data science tend to earn or land a package which is 2x times that of a base level software developer. So coming to the most critical part of a student's journey, what are the job roles and related skill set in the field of data science? So broadly speaking, at a very 30,000 feet level, you can divide the whole ecosystem into four responsibilities or roles, which are data analyst, machine learning engineer, data scientist, and data engineer. So individually, I'll talk about the job responsibilities and skill set. So as a data analyst, are not required per se to build complex algorithms, but you are required to make the collection of the data, create pipelines from the source data to an analytical workbench, wherein you will interpret the data and try to identify the pattern and build visualizations on top of it for different use cases. So the skill set that are required, like we said, data manipulation, statistical manipulation, machine learning, not in terms of algorithm, but mostly in terms of manipulating the data and statistical tool. Now, if you move to the role of a machine learning engineer, so this particular profile or person is well equipped with handling the different machine learning and deep learning systems. So this person is also able to run the hypothesis or experiment on the data, and it implements the appropriate algorithm that are basically developed by data scientists about whom we'll talk very soon. So the different skill sets that are required, the person should be very skilled in data programming language, machine learning, big data, computing systems. So cloud, there can be different orchestration framework. Cloud is one of the most prominent orchestration framework for developing and deploying the algorithms. And data structure, which most probably, in most of the colleges are taught at a graduation level. Now, data scientists, where the core of building the algorithm lies, who is responsible for building the algorithm and making sense of the data. And the basic responsibility 9 out of 10 times of the data scientist is to use that data to address the business problem, and taking help from of his skill set in terms of visualization, present the solution to that problem in a form that is understandable by the business. So the skill set that are required for a data scientist are different to statistical tools like SPSS, SAS, SQL database, Hive database, other kind of relational databases, machine learning in terms of data science algorithm. Feature engineering means that you play around with the given features to derive different features. Data visualization, you have front-end consumption layer like Microsoft Power BI, Tableau, or it can be something as simple as an Excel dashboard. And probabilities and statistics in general, so that when you are working on an algorithm, if you're not getting the desired result at the first attempt, your knowledge of core maths will help you in hyper tuning, as we speak in our jargon, or to improve upon the results. And now data engineer, which is a very integral part of the whole machine learning pipeline, is the person who is responsible for creating the pipelines or the flow of the data in the whole ecosystem. So that person is responsible for extracting data from the data sources, create pre-processing data pipelines if needed by a downstream data scientist, a boilerplate workbench for the data scientist to create his algorithm, then again help the data scientist in deploying the machine learning solution. Few of the skill sets, it's again an ocean of skill sets, but few of the skill sets that the person should be aware about is PySpark, Python, big data, Hadoop for working with large volume of data. So let's move ahead. Okay. Now, talking about the different salaries or job roles in the field of data science, these are just a rough estimate. Given the skill set, we have seen outliers. People do end up earning in high six figures and all also. But on an average, across board, we've taken an estimate from different colleges, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So these are the numbers. A data scientist having more than 7 years of experience would easily be earning in the range of 20 to 30 lakh per annum, middle management in the range of 10 to 18, and freshers somewhere in the range of 6 to 9 lakh per annum. Data engineers, like I said, is an integral part of the whole ecosystem. So they also tend to earn the moment as they progress in their career, they get to earn a lot of salary in the range of 20 to 30. And like it's mentioned, at a very base level, you can have 7 to 10 lakh as a starting salary. Obviously, it will depend a lot on your specific skill set, the kind of organization you are applying in and getting selected into, the location and experience. And data analyst, which is like the first in the value chain in terms of analytics, they also still get a very decent enough salary in the range of 15 lakhs to 7 lakh, depending on the experience and other factors. Okay. So one thing that was where a dip came in was in the period of COVID. So during the period of COVID, what happened? Most of the organizations, they were taking a very strict measure of the allied services or R&D workbenches. So data science opportunities took a lot of hit because all of them were converging into trying to safeguard or defend their base core operations and do away with the expenses that are going into R&D and fields like data science. So still, now that we are almost 2 to 3 years out of those pandemic situations, we have seen a very fast recovery that has happened in corporates, and they now have understood that rather than doing away with these allied but strategic contributing services, now they have made this more of an integral part of their decision making, so that God forbid any kind of crisis comes in later, they should be pre-prepared that how to make the decision or how to take the decision, not only basis of their experience, but also backed by data. So in a way, it has worked in favor of data scientists once we are moving out of the COVID situation. On the left, you have a tabular depiction of different industry where there are job openings and where there is a very high inclination of absorbing or making their absorbing data scientists for decision making. So most of the operations, most of the big players that who we have as a client at our end, we see they have a dedicated in-house data analytics team, and they also take support from partners like us. So in nutshell, it's a very bright future or a green field out there in the field of data science. Now, at a very granular level, where do the opportunity exist? So in the form of storytelling and data visualization that I've been saying, you can build predictive model for different use cases. You can automate the processes, which is very much required in terms of crisis. NLP, which is a subset of machine learning, is being used on a lot of unstructured data. Generative AI or chat GPT, if you would have heard, is basically an outcome of the R&D that has happened in the field of NLP. Anomaly detection using video image is something what we have seen in terms of fraud basis the images that are available in our IDs, or in using the video where we see, you would have seen in US a lot of court cases or evidences are sought from as a video analytics images. Okay, let's move ahead. So so in the post-COVID-19 era, we have what we have seen, a lot of operations got affected basically in terms of logistics. So once everything was subsidized to an extent that people were not even spending a lot on logistics and automation. But once we came out of pandemic, they are trying to find better and better ways to optimize that spend that are happening on different use cases, different business venues like liquidity crisis or reduced sales pipelines or disrupted supply chains or revisiting the traditional business models, and for that matter, operation optimization. So data scientists and consultants like us are helping big corporations in trying to solve their business problems. Okay, so coming individually from the world of data science in general, coming individually to talk about a particular student or an aspirant, that how could you invest in a career in data science? The first thing to start with is that we should be professionally certified in a top-notch course from a decent and good university. Second thing, like I was mentioning, that most of the data science effort is aligned with a particular business problem. So it leads to the point, or obviously makes sense, that you should choose the industry which you have a passion about, because real life problems can only be solved when you have a liking or understanding of that domain. So let's say you want to solve business problem in the field of finance. So if you want to become data scientist, aspire for roles or train right from the start in the field of finance. So you can identify the top domain experts. I'm pretty sure in Lovely Professional you will come across during your tenure and interact with a lot of experts. And obviously, the last but not the least is you have to work on yourself over and above the course or this material that you subscribe to. Keep working on case studies, keep taking part in open competition, and this will eventually help you become a good data scientist at the end. Okay, few of the factors that one should consider before investing on ML and AI course. So there, like I said, self-learning is a good way, but it's not a very well-defined way to become a accomplished data scientist, exceptions being there. So what happens when you have a very structured course or a very structured material coming from a reputed institute like LPO, what that you would have live training sessions, you would have a practical orientation which is required, you will have interactive sessions, you would have limited batch sizes, and you will get also opportunities to multiple projects which eventually have a real life applications. And then the discipline comes into play with that you would be given assignments, the case studies, a little bit of hand holding will also be done. So you wouldn't have to wonder that if I have this problem, who can most probably help it, or you have to surf internet for endlessly. And obviously industry, the exposure to industry expert is always there. I think we are almost time. I will take a pause here, and just in case there are questions, happy to answer.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vishad Dubey. So now I would request to the admission nominee, Mr. Mohammed Saeed, to be on the screen. Over to you, Mr. Mohammed Saeed.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, everyone. And I've seen a lot of information regarding data science, the opportunity available. And here I would like to share a few informations regarding the university and the facilities we are providing the student, how you can take the admissions and placements related. All this information I would like to share over here. So first, the important things, wherever you're going to join, you will look for the accreditations and rankings of the particular university. So I would like to share our university's ranking and accreditations over here. And that universities, NAC A++ accredited, and out of the and 80.8 score. And we got this accreditation. Other accreditations are, ACBSP and UGC out, and it's both for distance and online education as well as the regular education also. And we do have NCTE, which means the National Council for Teachers Education approval also. And other than these, we do have PCI and COA, Council of Agriculture, and VCA Bar Council of India, and IEPI, Institute of Town Planners, India, accreditations also. So we are into the approval for AICT also for the ODL and online learning, and we are the member of Association of Indian Universities and International Association of Universities also. And we are member of Indian Institute of Engineers also. So other than this, I would like to share a few rankings also over here. And the first one is the Woody ranking. And that is World University's Real Impact ranking. And we got a rank of second in the first attempt itself. And in the global band, it's like a 101 to 200. And you can understand that in these rankings, the universities like MIT, Harvard, and Oxford University or Cambridge University, they used to participate. So you can understand the importance of these rankings over here. And other rankings are like, the Atal ranking also, I would like to share over here, the Atal ranking. Sorry. Atal ranking, and then we got a third ranking in the Atal ranking. So it's in the universities like the self-finance and private university, all among this thing, we got a rank of third. And other than this ranking, I would like to say, like other than rankings and accreditations, university give a lot of importance for the students in terms of their extracurricular activities. Example that they so for you and they got medal for country, and they made a history for our nation. And we won the, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad Sports Trophy in 2023 also. And our students won, medals in 19 Asian Games. And you can see their, photos over here. Those who are medals, events, and some of them won gold medals, silver, and bronze also. And other than rankings and accreditations and the facilities, the extracurricular activities, we do provide, proper exposure for the students. A lot of, members, different industry experts and different, level of pupils visit our campus. So students can have a direct interaction with them. So they can learn from their successful story. So it creates a lot of, give a lot of exposure for the students. So I would like to show some of them, pictures over here. President, sorry, Hamid Karzai, previous Afghan president, and Jaitley and Shah Rukh Khan, MS Dhoni. So interacting with these, celebrities or industrial experts will give you a lot of, insight about, their successful story, how they become in this position, what can get from their, successful stories. So these are the important, thing, what you can learn from them. And I would like to share some infrastructure here, Mac Labs, world-class library, and shopping mall, gym facilities, and gaming areas. And we do have on hospital inside the campus. If you have any kind of medical emergency, we do take care of our kids inside the campus itself. And we are, we have renewable energy like a solar energy empowered campus. This is some of the pics of the campus, like greenery of the campus. This is a night view of the campus. And already I have met university is a lot of extracurricular activities like sports or events. These are the one of the, important, pictures I would like to share over here. We do have all the facilities, sports facilities inside the campus, indoor stadium, and we do have swimming pool. It's an international level standard swimming pool we do have inside the campus itself. Students can utilize these facilities. I would like to go live. You can and so yeah, any other program also, how you can get the scholarship, how much scholarships you can avail, and what the entrance examination you should have to attend, and the important dates also I would like to share over here. So for that, we have to visit our university website, lpu.in. So if someone is, getting into university website, this will be the, first window you can see. So over here, you can check about, admissions. Click on admissions. Over there, you can see the program, different programs under after 10th, 12th, and graduation level programs. So you can click on the programs after 12th. So once you click over here, you can see different disciplines, engineering, computer science, and engineering and different programs. And we can click on the computer science programs. I would like to share a few more things next up, like general computer. Minors offered in, from their third year and onwards in general BTech CSC also, different minors you can study. Other than that, we do have honors programs with the international collaboration, that stands SOC. Over there, we have seen in the initial time of the webinar, we have seen engineering. and development different programs with for here. So if someone is looking for this industrial collaborated programs, it's give you a lot of insight about what's industry required right now. You can get a lot of exposure, and it will helps you enhance your knowledge, as well as it will give you a upper hand in your placements also. So we are going with, first of all, we would like to see the eligibility criteria to join for the particular programs. And we require minimum 60% marks, and it's like in 12th, and physics, maths, and English is required. And we do consider the entrance examinations like the LPNS, which is conducting by us, and CUT and JE mains also. And few of the industrial collaborative programs we do conduct interview also. So if you clear all these, if you match with all these criteria, then you will be eligible for the admissions. And once you are eligible, we are providing scholarship for the eligible candidates also. Okay. So I would like to share the scholarship details also. So different programs have different fee structure, and this is the basic computer science program fee structure I would like to share here. Other programs, you can visit our website and you can see the different specialized programs fee structure also. So you can see the fee structure. And over here, we are providing scholarships for the candidates in different, some of the programs, it's like, 10, 15, and 20%. And over here, it's 15 and 20 and 25%. So based on your eligibility, you can get the scholarship, and these scholarships will continue your whole academics, which means from first semester onwards to end of your 8th semester. And get provide scholarship in your qualifying examinations, which means your 12th board examination based on the LPUNS, C, to provide scholarship based on innovation startups and entrepreneurships, and special scholarships for the purpose. And we do provide financial aid for the eligible candidates. Okay. So this is the few important things, and you can see the placement informations also on our website, and the major, minors, and study abroad options. We do have tie up with some foreign universities also. So you can explore the 2+2 options also. 2 years that you can study in India and 2 years in abroad, and we do have semester exchange programs, and study abroad other options also. And if you are interested for giving you if you want to meet your eligibility, you should have to give the LPNS, or else if you have JEE mains, we do consider that also. But if in case you are going for the LPUNEST, you can see the question paper patterns and syllabus and sample questions, and we do have different two mode of examinations. One is test center based examination, because we do have centers in different parts of India, different major cities in India. So you can go to our test centers and give the examination, or else you can give the remotely proctored model examination, which means you can give the examination from your home itself. So you can see the test centers available near to your city also. And the final important things are how to apply. You can log into our website and you can click on the apply now, and you can give your basic informations, and you can fill up the application, and you can go for the admissions. Few programs, first you can take admission, then you can go for the eligibility criteria also, like the entrance examination. And where the interview is mandatory, over there you have to complete all the process like the examination interview, then you can go for the admissions. And this is the procedure. You can make your initial payment, and you have to meet the eligibility criteria also, and the remaining payment you can pay after a few days, like we can give the remaining payments also. Along with that, you have to upload your eligibility documents, your 10th, 12th documents also. And important dates I like to share. July, which means tomorrow. That's also an important thing I would like to share. And the maximum scholarship which we are providing is also interested, and further confirm your seats and avail the maximum scholarships also. And if you are interested, then you can have a direct interaction with our counselor. So you can click on the schedule a call options, or you can chat with our counselors, or you can have a live video counseling, or you can have a virtual tour about our campus also. And we do have offices in different parts of India, so you can visit, help you in your town options, and you can understand, if you are from different, any, you can understand. We do have, where is the nearby office, to your near town. So you can understand these things also, and accordingly you can get a direct counseling also. And one important recommendation first, uh, we do provide, hostel also inside the campus for the candidates, girls and boys hostel separately. So we do have a safe and secure environment inside the campus, and we are a ragging free campus also. So this is from my side, and if anyone is having any kind of doubts regarding your placements, or the campus life, or the scholarships, or anything, you can ask me. Feel free to ask to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Saeed. So can we take questions about Dr. Amritpal Singh and Mr. Vishad Dubey? Can we take questions? Thanks for giving me a chance to address your questions. Let's start with the first question. Megha is asking here, how can aspiring data scientists effectively build a strong foundation in machine learning and AI? And what are the most critical skills and tools they should focus on mastering?
I'll take this question. So we've been discussing at the onset the skill sets at the start of the graduation. Most important thing is programming language, knowledge of statistics, and to certain level having understanding of maths. And during the course of your graduation, you will have courses on machine learning specifically. And how can a data scientist become a proclaimed person in this industry and eventually an AI specialist is by working on different use cases. So in the university and around, when you talk to experts, you will get different real life business problems to work on.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vishal. You want to add something, Dr. Amritpal Singh? Okay, now let's start with the second question. Adil is asking here, in the rapidly evolving fields of data science, machine learning, and AI, what strategies can professionals employ to stay updated with the latest advancements and ensure continuous career growth?
Okay, so I'll take this question. Like you said that there's a query regarding that how we can update ourselves, right? So in this era, like first of all, the very first thing is that we have to get updated with the certifications. So we have to do some certifications in this area. Like there are a lot of data certifications available in the data science and data engineering field. There are a lot of companies who are providing that, with the likes of Databricks, Cloudera, Tableau, and many more. So we have to first first of all, we need to prepare ourselves for the certification and give some exams so that we can get certified. In addition to it, there are a lot of online courses available on the various platforms which we can enroll into. So I guess these are some of the ways through which we can get ourselves updated.
Thank you so much, Dr. Amritpal Singh. And once again, thanks to our experts, Mr. Mohammad Saeed and Mr. Vishad Dubey. As we come to the end of this webinar, I want to express my deepest gratitude to our experts for sharing their valuable insights and expertise with us. Your presence, enthusiasm, and active participation have made this experience truly special. Hopefully, the attendees found this webinar to be valuable and will be able to utilize the information for better decision making regarding admissions. If anyone wants to access this webinar again, they can visit our website, that is lpu.in, or can be accessed on YouTube also. Stay connected with us for future webinars. Until we meet again, with the permission of my seniors, I would be signing off this webinar. Take care and goodbye. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.